Hi everybody, this is T-Fig from T-Fig Bass Player. I want to talk to you about some similarities and comparisons between Star Wars that came out in 1977 and Transformers the movie that came out in 1986. Alright, well first I want to tell you about is that the first kind of similarity is that when Star Wars comes on, the first shot we get is of the Empire attacking the Rebels spaceship, and Darth Vader is seen after the Rebels have been killed and the Empire is taking over their ship. And with Transformers in 1986, you have the Decepticons led by Megatron, and they attack an Autobot ship and destroy all the Autobots, and the Decepticons take over their ship as well. Okay, and the next thing I want to mention is that in both movies, there are planets being used as weapons. Okay, in Star Wars, you have the Death Star, and it was a giant planet-like weapon, and it destroyed other planets. With Transformers the movie from 1986, you have Unicron, who was a giant planet, and he went around the galaxy and destroyed worlds. Okay? Another thing I want to mention is that with Darth Vader, at one point in his life, he was Anakin Skywalker. Okay? And Anakin Skywalker was turned into Darth Vader by the Emperor. Okay? Now with Transformers, you have Megatron, and he was turned into Galvatron by Unicron. Okay? Now, just some other similarity I want to throw in there real quick is that yes, Darth Vader works with the Death Star and is leader of the Empire. With Transformers, Galvatron works with Unicron and is the leader of the Decepticons. Okay? Some other characters that were based off of Star Wars in Transformers the movie from 1986 are Hot Rod, who was the young Autobot that you followed, and the old Cup, who was an older Autobot in Transformers the movie. Okay, their comparisons to me were in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, you had Luke Skywalker in Star Wars teaching, well, I guess Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars teaching Luke Skywalker about being a Jedi. And you had, the older Cup, the Autobot Cup, trying to teach young Hot Rod in Transformers the movie. Alright. Okay, another character I want to mention is the female Autobot, RC, in Transformers the movie from 1986, and Princess Leia from Star Wars in 1977. Now the fans followed both characters. They were both main characters And with Princess Leia in Star Wars, she had her hair, if everyone remembers, in buns. And I thought that was pretty unique back then to see that. And in Transformers the movie from '86, they chose RC's character, the female Autobot, to look as if her hairstyle was in buns too. Even though she's a robot. Okay. Another comparison I wanted to mention was that in Star Wars, you have the Empire that was going around the galaxy, destroying planets or taking over. They were the bad guys in Star Wars. To me, they were like the Decepticons in Transformers. Okay? And then you have, with the rebels in Star Wars, they were the ones that were fighting against the Empire, trying to protect the worlds and galaxies. And to me, their comparisons were the Autobots from Transformers. Okay. Another thing I want to mention, and really the last thing, I guess, is that with Transformers the movie, you had Hot Rod, who became Rodimus Prime. He uses, at the end of the movie, he uses the Matrix of leadership, and it destroys Unicron, the giant planet. Okay? With Star Wars, I kind of thought that its comparison to that was with Luke Skywalker. He uses the Force, and he ends up destroying the Death Star. Alright? Okay, well, I just wanted to mention a few similarities and comparisons between Star Wars from 1977 and Transformers, the movie that came out in 1986. Alright? Thank you for joining me, and please subscribe if you like these videos that I'm doing. Thank you.